Hey class, today we are going to talk about the essential graphics and titles and shapes in Adobe Premiere. So let's go ahead and get started here. There are some awesome features in Adobe Premiere using essential graphics where you can add text, modify text. There's also some pre-made animations and text and title screens that you can use as well that many people don't know about. So let's take a look. In order to get to Essential Graphics, just go Window, Essential Graphics. And here's the Essential Graphics panel. You can search for different types of titles or lower thirds. Or you can just scroll down and see everything that's in there that comes with Adobe Premiere. You can also import graphics in here as well, and we'll get to that later. But let's check some of this out. We got some pretty neat titles here. This is an angled title. Let's try that. All you do is drag it in. There it is. Well, how do you modify it? You can click on it. I think this is a video about Brazil, so I'm going to type Brazil. And there you go. And I can increase the size if I want. And there you go. Now, another place that you can modify it, make sure you click on the title here, is you got the Browse menu. Here's the Edit menu. If you click on the text Brazil, you can change the text. You can change the font if you don't like the font. You can change the color to any color you want. If you want to add a stroke, you can add a stroke. You can adjust the stroke thickness. You can take the shadow on, leave it off, adjust the shadow, do the justification, all kinds of settings that you can modify in Essential Graphics. Let's take a look at another one. There's additional stuff. There's fancier titles. This title doesn't fit in there, so let's right click, scale to frame size. And there you go. It just animates. Like that. And if you want to modify it, you just go under Edit, change the name. You can adjust the opacity and the color. Let's find a lower third. All right, so here's a lower third. Let's check it out. Nice little animation on the side there. You could change that to MSEB News. Then you got a quick lower third title right there. Remember, with the layers, whatever's on top is going to show first. So that's going to be there. If I select this, and so if I select this title here and change its position, see, it's above there. But if I move that above it, it's above. So whatever's on top shows. So always remember that. The next thing you need to know is the title tool. You can make your own titles by clicking on the title tool and then clicking and dragging a title box. And you can set the justification to center, lower the font. There you go. If you want to change the font color, changes can be made in Essential Graphics. I can add a stroke. Well, the stroke's already there, but I can add a different color stroke. That one's too thick. Thin it out a little bit. There you go. So you can change the title. You can add other effects, other layers. You can also add shapes. So you want a shape to be behind there, you can use the shape tool You could add a shape, a rectangle right there. Let's move that right there, and then move that behind. And then you can modify the shape size. So wherever you move that title, the shape goes. You can also create a shape outside of it and just make a graphic shape right there, and then you can move that and you got two shapes. But to modify the shape color, once again, go in Essential Graphics. So that's shapes, titles, and modifying the Essential Graphics. In addition to setting the editing colors and setting other attributes in Essential Graphics under the Edit menu, you can also import outside Essential Graphics, either once you download it from the Adobe stock. Some are free, some cost money, or you can make some of your own Essential Graphics like I have. Let me show you how to import an Essential Graphic that I have created for this class to use. In order to install an outside Motion Graphic Template, it's really easy. All you have to do is click Graphics and Titles, Install Motion Graphic Template, and for this class you're going to go to the S drive to find it, Resources, Essential Graphics Template, and I have a MSEB lower third title I want you to use. So I'm going to click Open and then search MSEB. And the one that I did is right here, and you just drag it in. Now there's other ones that I've already imported previously, so that's why those are there. So that doesn't fit the screen, so you're going to right click, scale to frame size. Now one thing that you might notice too is the font. Now I have the font installed. Most of you will not. So I have this Minion Pro regular font. You just double click on it and then just click install, and then it'll install it on your computer. So be sure that you do that as well. But regardless, everybody will have access to this lower third title with our show name. So that way everything looks uniform and professional. And you need to change the name. You just change the name up here. And then teacher. That is essentially what it is on Essential Graphics, how to use and install outside graphics. So on future video projects, this is all you need to do to jazz up your projects, add titles, add lower thirds, add shapes, all kinds of things you can do with these.
Hey class, if you like this video, please click like below and subscribe to this channel. Also, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.